Positioning and shopping. You do not have to go for every mound of water that comes through the ocean. You can looking right here, and you can decide not to go. So just because a wave is rising up doesn't mean that you have to go for it. In a lot of cases, you want to work on the position, and when you see that it's not going to happen, give up, reset. There will always be more waves, and in a lot of cases, if I would have gone on some of these waves that you're seeing in this 5-minute video, I know that I would have wiped out. There will be a wipeout later on. You also do have to kind of test the limits and wipe out from time to time. But what I see a lot of intermediate surfers doing, and beginners too, and even advanced intermediate surfers who are too good for this, is that they just go for every mound of water that is coming through the ocean just because you see it rising up. The other thing I want you to notice is how far I'm projecting my vision down the line. So we're back to the start again. I'm looking, and as soon as, see how far I'm projecting my vision down the line? And then I see this lump underneath me here, and I'm like, nah, I can't get in. Here I'm moving towards the peak. Then I turn around, shift my vision in the way I want to go, and I just noticed that lump is not going to let me in. So I give up and reset. A huge factor in getting really great waves is to look and not go. So I call this shopping sometimes. You're shopping for a wave, and then you don't buy it. You're like, oh yeah, that looked kind of nice, but it's not for me right now. I'm going to find something else that I like better. Again, see how far I'm projecting my vision down the line here. I'm looking all the way down. This wave looks good from the waves can look good pulled in, but when you pull back, you'll see like a big closeout or something that could potentially, hurt me or just burn a lot of energy. Okay, so different part of the video, positioning to get into the wave. I moved over on this one rather than staying too deep. With some of these videos where I end up surfing, people can take some notes of the moves I'm doing and copy this stuff. Okay, here's a really crucial one. I'm sitting in the water. I see the peak rise up. I don't just turn around where I'm at right there. I move towards the peak, facing out. As soon as I've judged I've gone far enough, I turn around, look the direction I'm going. 1, 2, 3 in the wave. So like I write to a lot of people in their session notes, you really ideally only want to paddle, let's say a tops 5 times to get into the wave. You want to do more of the work to get in position. Here's another one. Paddling out to the wave. You notice I'm not turning around looking back. I'm facing the wave, sitting up, turning the board under the lip. 1, 2, 2 paddles, push up, get to my feet. Using the steepness of the wave to help me get into the wave, rather than scratching for the shoulder where I'm already turning. So I want people to be doing much more work to get in position, looking at waves and deciding they're bad and not going. If you look back and it was a good one, that's empiricism. You're learning, okay, you should have gone on that one. And that's the kind of pattern recognition that you need to be developing as you progress in your surfing. And this is the same thing too for expert surfers who are too frothy. You do not have to go for everything. 1, 2 sick waves will make a session. See, that thing just had an evil lump on it. Okay, again, looking back at the pit, no longer looking at the pit. Looking down the line, and as soon as I see that thing's going to close out, nope. Look how far I'm projecting my vision. Way down the line. Okay, like I said, you do have to wipe out from time to time. I get stuck in the lip in this one. I'm going to pencil drop out of the lip. That's the price you pay. If you're not wiping out, you're also not trying. But you want to minimize that. That shouldn't be every wave. Okay? Now, last one. Look at how I'm looking back. I probably could have gotten deeper on this one, but I just decided to turn here. All the vision is down the line now. No longer looking back at the pit. It's all about getting under this little coping right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paddles. Pushing up. looking up at the lip line, getting the fins to connect, and then I get a little pocket ride. So the way you get the waves of this quality is to make sure that they're going to peel enough and that you're in the correct position. Work harder for positioning and you will get better waves per session. It is not worth taking off and scratching on the shoulder for terrible closeouts and shitty mushy shoulders. Find the peak, get to the peak.